Curious about the price of a Magic Online card? Try our searchable price guide on the right sidebar of any MTGOacademy.com page.
All right, second round. We will play first. And we will be keeping this one. Working on it. But yeah, I think if this hand has an elf, obviously we're happier, but I think I like the combo of Plains Rugged Prairie so we can get out a Myria Angel or Elspeth, whichever one. And we still do have one draw step to draw an elf as well. If we turn 2 elf, we can turn 3 either of these, which is pretty sweet too. Or this for that matter. But if not, we've got all of our colors and Awakening Zone to just sort of hammer out tokens, keep us alive, and get us to this point. Really like Garruk Relentless in the cube. Remember when I first read it, I thought it was a little underwhelming, perhaps. Not the best card as far as just raw power level went for 4 mana, but I think I was just wrong. Like, it kills so many relevant things in the cube. There's so many creatures that are tiny. I think the cube tends to sort of make this polar shift where it's like every creature is either 100 mana and ridiculous or 1 mana and like hyper efficient or whatever, or does exactly what it wants. By the way, we bricked kids. Facing another blue deck, although this is the cube. I mean, what do we expect? All right, so here's Awakening Zone. So sweet. Just a little value train there. And so start making some dudes. Now, what do we want to make here? Basically, I think the idea is to cast the thing that, because he's going to counter it. I mean, let's just be realistic here. But I think we can just start sort of plowing our stuff through his counters probably. And I think a Myria Angel is the least important of those. So let's cast that. A little risky to play into Force Spike or Daze here, but it's worth an entire bird token in this spot. And I think it's probably worth it. All right, he's going to hinder that. All right. And he put it on the bottom. Go ahead. I think out of these, probably Elspeth is the hardest for him to deal with overall. Cloudskate, I might be wrong about that. Let's see what we draw. A Llanowar Elves. I like that. 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got 2 mana, so we get to play around. We can't play around Leak, but we get to play around Miscalculation. That seems reasonable to me. So let's go Elspeth. Make a dude. Yep. All right, so we got an Elspeth. That's good news. And we've got an elf. So this is going to come by in a while. But shouldn't be a big deal. His plan could just be to Wrath, which is fine. But we're going to follow up with another Planeswalker here. And that's pretty tough to deal with. Aurelius Fury is really interesting too. It's, you know, if you ping them, they can't cast non-creature spells, and that can be crazy good against some decks. What do you got? Big get-ups. All right. Gideon goes to 8. And we can do, let's see, 4. We can do 5 to Gideon. I could even just kill Gideon. Maybe I just want to kill Gideon here. Not really the ideal use for my Aurelius Fury, but I think if you can 1-for-1 against Gideon, you're generally pretty happy. And let's see if I can do that. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I can. In fact, I can do it pretty easily with Elspeth, with the damage I can get. But I'd rather make a token this turn. trying to decide if I want to do it on his upkeep, but I think I just need to get Gideon off the table. Gideon's a big issue. Because the other option I have, let's see. Well, let's see. What if I do this? What if I plus here? It doesn't matter. Yeah, no. What if I plus here, attack, and then maybe... So that's going to be 4 to Gideon, putting Gideon to 4, and then I can tap 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is how much I need to finish off Gideon, and that leaves me with 3. Boo! I was hoping to get... If I could kill Gideon this turn and play Garruk Relentless, then I'd be pretty pleased about doing that, but I don't think I can, right? 4, 5, if I just attack, it's the same difference. So he's at 3. 1, so 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I only have 3 mana left over. So not quite there. But I think I am just going to go ahead and use his turn to kill Gideon. And I think I'm not going to be greedy. I kind of want to be greedy, but I'm not going to be greedy. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then attack with my soldier. That seems fine. Did I count wrong? Oh, I got to attack with my soldier. So I want to do 7. Okay. Little bit of doing there, but we got Gideon off the table on a 1-for-1, and I got to feel like that's pretty nice. All right, so he's going to O-ring Elspeth, and then we're going to play Garruk. Man, just hope that Garruk wins us the game, basically, or that we draw one of our big spells. Talisman. Garruk. Have enough mana to pay for miscalc. Attack you. He's going to get Riftwing Cloudskate in here, but we're going to get a wolf first. Okay. So you can see this next turn is going to be him cloud skating, and then he's got a decision to make. He can bounce something random and then just hit Garruk down to 2, which seems pretty reasonable, or he can do that, which I don't... Unless he has a counter, I don't love it. He's probably got Cryptic or something here, though. Yeah, he must have Cryptic. Yeah, I can't really do anything about it. I have nothing else to play. So he's going to Snapcaster Hinder. All right. Seems reasonable. And we have found ourselves in a similar position to before, where now we have to draw a big spell. Just one of our X spells. Baneslayer. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Genesis Wave 1 time. We've got 2 more turns after this, and he can't have another hard counter. I'm not going to lie and say that I love our chances, but... Ooh. I like that, though. Okay, so if I cycle it, he can't counter it, but are we really going to be able to kill him? No, we're probably not. So how much can I make here? I can do 1, 2, 3. So there's 3. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I can make 14 1/1 soldiers. But they can't attack now. I do get to draw a card off of that. Now, if I ignore the fact that he could have a counter spell, I can make, let's see, So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can make 6 4/4 flying angels. Gosh, that Baneslayer is annoying. I do get to draw a card with Decree, though. I have a lot of sweet cards left in my deck that I can draw that can help get me out. I mean, any path or journey or whatever takes out Baneslayer, and we win pretty trivially at that point. And we're going to get 2 more draw steps. So we'll get a draw step here. He attacks us down to 7. We get a draw step, and then we die. So we get 2 draw steps to hit removal or just something that can interact. All right, so here's the deck. So what can we draw? We can draw this. Oh, wait. We've got Pristine Talisman. We get another draw step. I forgot about that. So that matters big, big, big. Let's see. Spear of Heliod does something here too. Entreat does. Genesis Wave does. So we can draw this, or this. That's a lot of draws. But we don't need them if this thing just resolves. If it doesn't resolve, then we still have those draw steps, although 1 fewer. I don't know how to make this decision. I just don't know what the criteria are. I mean, we've obviously got a lot of outs that we can draw. We've got 2 outs to peel at, or 2 times to draw how many outs? 2, 3. We've got 6 outs that matter out of 26 cards. 6, 12, 18, 24. So not awful percentages here, but if this thing if we just fire it off and it resolves, like for the angels, then then the game's ours again. So we probably just need to do that and just take our draw steps and just hope we hit. We get 1 fewer draw step, but I think the upside's probably here. All right, so this right now we're sitting on 13 mana, and I need 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And then 16. All right, let's try this. And this leaves us even 1 mana to pay for Force Spike. Sure. All right, we made a bunch of angels. Yay. Now we still kind of have to hope he doesn't have Cryptic Command, but we do get to kill him next turn. Or actually, maybe we don't kill him next turn, but we get to do some work against him next turn. He just pathed 1 of my angels. Sure, that works. I guess that just makes me like super, super happy. Control Magic's an angel. All right, so he's in desperation mode. We have a little bit of time now. So if we attack with 4, 8, 12, he trades 1, he eats 1. We get in for 8. Yeah, it looks like we're just going to sit here and stare at each other for a few minutes here because his play does stabilize him. We can't kill him in 2 turns. God, I hope he doesn't have Detention Sphere in that deck. It is in the cube. That would be mind-blowingly bad for us. Uh-oh. Mere Battle Sphere. All right. That I can deal with. Journey. Journey killing Baneslayer, I think, is the real deal here. Four, 8, 12, 16. He can hit back for 4. I chump block. 8, 10. Yeah, this should be fine. He'll probably trade off one of them. Take 12, go to 9. Yeah, this looks right. So that was one of our 6 outs that we had peeled. He's cashing in his Mind Stone. He plays a Colonnade, perhaps too late. So he gets to whack us for 4 with Mere Battlesphere. Or does he actually need to leave those back? Brimaz, okay. Don't think Brimaz matters. Does only get him to 1 here, though. Or does it? Attack, attack, attack. He blocks 1. I attack with these 3. And yeah, he's left himself exactly 3 blockers. Well played, sir. But he's still going to need some help here, I think. Goes to 1. We're at 16 virtual. All right, we got there. So, what do we want to do against this guy? Oh, his deck's good. And another tough matchup, by the way. We faced 2 control decks, blue-black and now blue-white. Very annoying for us. Very, very annoying. I think we want Flicker Wisp. We saw that he played at least 1 control magic type effect, and you can flicker your creature out from underneath it, and then you get it back. Goes back to its owner. And Flicker Wisp is pretty good in our deck anyway. You know, like you can Flicker Wisp with Blade Splicer or Deranged Hermit or Avenger Zendikar or whatever and just get value. Perfectly fine. Nothing wrong with that. Maybe we want a Winter Orb again. What is his game plan? Normal control stuff. Mind Sensor, I don't think does a ton against him. Thalia is probably pretty good against him. It's not bad against us either, though. Some of his best stuff, like Baneslayer, is just he just gets to cast that and sort of wreck us with it. Getting his Wrath or whatever 1 turn late probably isn't a big deal. I think I want to try Winter Orbing him, though. Because I think we can go pretty long game with him here. Yeah, maybe Armageddon plus Winter Orb's a little much. I don't know if I need both of those. They're pretty redundant. Guess I'll take out a Mirror Angel. All right, this looks like a keeper, I think. Wouldn't call this a amazing hand. Did not get better with that. You know, I shouldn't say that. It did get better, but it's not amazinger. Okay, well, we know where we're going with this thing, that's for sure. So yeah, let's just Chalice here. Yeah, we'll just run out old Chalice. Don't really care if he counters it or not. I mean, I'd like to keep it, but it doesn't really matter that much. And he gets a Cloud Skate. All right. Ooh, a Lotus. I like that. 4 mana. This is an interesting choice, actually. I think I just Blade Splice here, though. Like, I want to get Awakening Zone online, but I think that there's a lot to be said here for just like taking this turn to make a Blade Splicer and making him do something about it. And then I can Gilded Lotus and kind of go off. Like, this next turn could be really great for us. All right, well, I am just going to play Awakening Zone here. This allows us... Oh, he let that resolve. That's really interesting. Maybe I just go for it there. What does he have? Resto? Oh, Factor Fiction. Okay. That's really annoying. It makes sense, though. Yeah. Enjoy your 4-1 split, sir. What did he take? Yeah, who the heck can turn that down? But given our hand, it makes perfect sense, right? I mean, because in next turn, we're going to be playing Gilded Lotus, and then the next turn, we're going to be trying to go off. All right, Baneslayer, I can live with that. Especially if it means I get to resolve something here. It looks like he's going to try to tempo us out. Whew, that was a good draw. That was actually just a super good draw when you look at it. Okay, so now he gets Riftwing Cloudscape. He probably just bounces our Gilded Lotus. And then we have to recast it, which we will. Yeah, so we're just going to get hit in the air a little bit here, but my assumption is that the Entreat the Angels and or Genesis Wave will get us out of this mess one way or another. Sometimes it doesn't, but it probably will. He's got 7 in cards in hand and just passed the turn back very casually. Well, that is very annoying. Okay, that resolved. Hi. Don't know if that's really the best thing to say, but text. Kind of don't care if he gets us in combat here. We're really just looking to resolve these things. What do you got? Into the Royal. All right, that's okay too. We don't actually need Gilded Lotus. I mean, it obviously pumps up our stuff a bit here, but yeah, I think we're just dead here. Like, there's no way out of 7 cards in his hand he doesn't have a counterspell. We're obviously going for it, but I'm pretty sure this isn't going to work. So if we entreat, we can do 1, 2, 3, and then we have 1 angel, 2 angels, 3 angels, 4 angels, which should be fine. If we Genesis Wave, it's for whatever. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But the problem with Genesis Waving is that there's a decent chance that we Genesis Wave and then just die. Because if you go back to what our outs are, there's not nearly as many now. It's like Journey to Nowhere. I think that's it. So, yeah, we're just going to go for a big entreat here. So let us begin by attacking. One, 2, 3, 4. Resolves those? It did? Cryptic, what do you have? I don't understand. How does this happen? The guy has 100 cards in his hand. There's no way we survive this turn. Aha. There it was. Okay, so we knew that that was coming, though. And Relic Warder doesn't really do what we need it to do there. Maybe we do want something like an Emeria Angel to help sort of smooth out what we're trying to do. I really didn't mind that draw, though. I think that hand's fine. Like, he had a couple of well-timed bounce spells to keep our Lotus at bay. But Baneslayer Angel's a pretty big issue for us, for sure. And we don't really have much to say about it. Other than Emeria Angel can interact with it at least somewhat. We need to save our Swords of Plowshares and our Journeys for those if possible. All right, let's just run it back. Yeah, like I said, these matchups are tough, man. I mean, it's not like we're just facing some green deck that's trying to just do big stuff, you know, where we get to just ramp out and just go off with whatever we want. We have to... I mean, he had 7 cards in hand, you know? It is me. What did this guy want? What can I help you with? All right, would you like to play first? Absolutely. Is this the hand that you dreamt of when you said you wanted to play first? No. I'm going to mulligan this one. Well, there's like 4 of our best spells, but obviously we have to mulligan. And we will be keeping this one, though. Getting a little sketchy here for sure. Okay. Well, we've got a game plan at least. He's going to... Mind Stone, all right. Okay, yeah, we're in business. Guess I just Flicker Wisp here. I was just going to throw the spear down, and that way in a couple of mana. So the idea being here that I really want to resolve Spear of Heliod, and if I can do that, then I can cycle Decree of Justice through a counter spell and have a bunch of 2/2s on end step and try to kill our opponent. That's plan A. I don't know if that's going to happen here, but mistake. Yes, I guess that's what happens when you talk too much during the thing. But anyway, we just missed a damage here, obviously. Path. Oh, yes, please. That is awesome for us. The question is, what do we want? Probably green, because if we entreat, we're just doing it the cheaty face way anyway. All right. This is fine then. I mean, I guess it depends on if this is that angel, we're in trouble. Exalted Angel. All right, well, it's not an Exalted Angel yet, at least. I'm just going to go for it here. If he counters our Gilded Lotus, that's okay. If he doesn't, then we get to make a Blade Splicer. Like if his plan is to, you know, Oblivion Ring it or whatever, or bounce it or something. We get to make a Splicer here. And Splicer's a big game on this board, but really, I just hope we get to untap with Gilded Lotus, because, man, we're going to go off with Decree of Justice. It's got Hinder. Oh, Void Mage Prodigy? Okay. That's what that was? Yeah, I don't blame him, actually. I was talking about it a minute ago. Actually, but how does he let Gilded Lotus resolve? That's a little sketchy. All right, buddy, here comes the big boys. So we're going to make 12 power here. And draw a card. Not bad. Gladly throw one of these into a Celestial Colonnade if that's what his plan is. And it's Rout. All right, well, we've got a plan against that too. And again, we face the days situation here. So let's see, 1, 2, 3. So we're doing it for 7. Yeah, no, we need to do it for 7 though, because that gives us the opening to hit Avenger and that kind of thing. Yeah, so we just have to go for it. All right. And we bricked about as hard as you can, though I guess getting all this stuff out of the way is fine. That was just like one of the worst all-time Genesis waves. Don't know how we're going to win this game now. Batterskull, sure. So Batterskull shouldn't be an issue because we're going to get to Awakening Zone. We just need to draw some sweet stuff, I suppose. Certainly possible. Though that isn't it. You'll notice our Eldrazi's are 1/2s. This is an interesting decision, actually. Yeah, I guess it's not. We need to find some creatures, basically. Because I can build up an army of Awakening Zone tokens. The problem is that his Batterskull just takes care of him, no problem. I can kill his Batterskull Germ token with my spear and kind of make him run it back, but it's not doing great. This is a good draw. I'd say that's a maybe not a must counter, but that's a counter for sure. Yeah, you did it. So he was going to steal my token, but he decided not to, which is interesting. Slime Ball. He's got 3 mana. So I guess I just need to blow up Vidalcan Shackles here. I'd love to kill Batterskull, but can't. I mean, I can, but then he just returns it to his hand and gets to replay it and we don't get anywhere. Oh, yeah. Going for it. So what can I leave back? I can leave 3. I can leave 5 mana back, no problem here. Because the question isn't, you know, the question is not like, it doesn't really matter what happens here, right? Like either he has the answer for it or he doesn't. So he didn't have a counter, so that means he's going to get to untap and get us with Detention Sphere here. And that's just going to happen either way. So, oh, he's got Catastrophe. Blow up the world. Sigh. Yeah, we draw nothing. Okay. Does this resolve? Nope. Snapcaster Mage. All right. So now he's trying to clock us. And we will win this game in the very, very, very long eventually, but it's going to take a while. We've got him whittled down pretty far, but we really did just draw like most of our best cards. Picks up his skull. All right. Yeah, he just wants to clock us here. Don't know if we have any outs to deal with it, but we're just going to keep drawing because why not? Rev for 9 means that, interestingly, we can deck him here potentially. He's going to Oblivion Ring the Spear. All right, then we can't win. All right. Yeah, it's just too tough to deal with that when we're stalemated and when we have that in our hand. We'll play it out though. But chances of us winning the game are like 1% or something like that. In fact, we could look, but I don't feel like using up the time. Guess I will look now. Hermit doesn't do anything. Have we used Decree? Yes. Fury. Have we used that? Yes, somehow we already used that. Plow doesn't do anything. Entreat we used. Genesis Wave. Yeah, we got nothing left. He's way ahead on board. Guess I can trade this for something. You bet. Just want to see what we draw here. Can play that Batter Skull. And we got nothing. All right. So that is going to do it. I liked our deck, though. I like going big. That was kind of fun. You know, we ran into opponents, actually both times, that had pretty good answers. And I got to say, I think that is probably what you can expect if you play decks like this. I mean, look, no matter what, it's a cube. People are going to have answers. Sometimes you're going to run a little bad like we did and run into 2 counterspell decks, basically full-on control decks. But a lot of times you're going to run into other green or red decks, and they're just going to blow up your artifacts instead of letting you resolve and then wiping the board or whatever. So you're kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't with some of these. But look, you can do big enough, powerful enough stuff that you can just win anyway. I mean, I'm just saying it's not one of those free win type decks. You actually have to still earn it a bit. But I like hitting from different angles like we did with Planeswalkers that aren't as susceptible to some of the other stuff that we had. And then I like being able to go over the top if they don't have a counter, or if they don't, or if you're playing against an opponent that doesn't play them, with cards like Genesis Wave and that kind of thing. Aurelius Free was pretty good too. I liked it. All right. If you guys want to send me an email for feedback, you can do so lr@lrcast.com. If you would like to follow me on Twitter, you can come say hi on there, Marshall_LR. And for all things limited resources, lrcast.com is where you want to go. Guys, we'll see you next week.